Hello everybody and welcome back to the Master League Save on the Cultured Left Foot YouTube channel. That's me, I'm Cultured Left Foot, welcome back. Yeah, we've played a few games, not too many. Obviously the folks in Invicta Save on Football Manager is taking the lead at the moment. But we were last together for the Barnsley game. We're deep in negotiation territory. We drew 1-1. I think that's when we were last back. Anyway, we beat Sheffield United 1-0 and just drawn with Leeds 0-0. Today we face Cardiff, one of the teams who have become a bit of a rival of ours since we've been here. I think if we go into the team, I'm trying to remember who we've signed. So we've got a few people left and a few people join. We have Graziano Pella has joined as a 16-year-old, yeah, 193 centimetres. So he's going to be awesome to play alongside Origi or Vardy. Up front, he'll be going onto the bench for today's game. He can replace Delahue on the bench. We also have to take Ray out for today's game. He will be replaced by Nicholas for a chemistry boost, and Radakovic will come off and be replaced by bollocks, nobody, because Dracuna is injured. So we may have to play Bertrand at centre-back, which isn't too bad. He's a good little player. And Davies isn't having the best, so Davies can come off and be replaced by... Actually, if we put Tarat back in there and take Davies off for Pjanić on the wing, that doesn't help us either. So we'll take Davies off for Tarat and play Rice in the middle. We'll take Radakovic off the bench because it's a waste of space having someone who's down like that on the bench. Oh yeah, we've got Verde, I forgot about him. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. We'll start Vardy up front with Origi. Still Vardy playing very, very well at the moment. So yeah, that's how we're going to line up for the game against Cardiff. Let's get into it without further ado. So we're playing pretty well. We're 4th in the league. We haven't actually lost that many games this season. And we're pressuring the top teams, which is good. We just can't get the win or can't capitalise on our results when West Brom drop points. That's the problem we've got at the moment. I've got a feeling it's going to be very loud in game, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit and we will crack on into this. So here we are then. Obviously Data Pack 3 has been released for Pro Evo, and it's made the AI just a little bit more sensible in how to play and a little bit cleverer. Other than that, all the mods are the same. You can see we've still got the ad boards going around the outside. I've got the Man United menu pack on, which you guys probably don't care about. But yeah, the main thing is Data Pack 3 makes the AI a little bit more sensible. They should give away a few more free kicks as well, as they can't give that one in. It just increases variation and responsive time and stuff like that, which is very, very good, and hopefully means that my annoyance with my teammates and stuff will be lessened. Let's go. Oh yes, Seb Arnu, who's playing at the back just there. He's new. He's been signed, which is good. So here comes Hack though. I think we're confident to go on the attack here against Cardiff, so let's go into a little bit more of an attacking mentality. Get people like Tarat on the ball straight away. Verdi back to Tech's area. I'm waiting for Verdi to make that run, but it was a little bit slow. But Tarat has got time and space here. Just jinking away, lovely. We've got Tech's area on the overlap. Let's swing a ball in, looking for Origi, but the keeper should have that, and Wildsmith does. They've tweaked it as well so that skill moves actually now go round defenders. They won't just tackle you. The AI, that is. They won't just tackle you every single time you do a skill move, which is really helpful as Origi picks this loose ball up. Vardy, good turn, lays it off into Verde. Just trying to step away, puts a ball in looking for Vardy, but wasn't the best cross. And Mendes Lang will make the clearance. It's all us at the moment. It is very much all Wigan Athletic, which is good to see. So takes area into Tarat, heavy touch, but he's got it back. I'll have a curler from here. Tarat curls one. Wildsmith with a good save though to keep it out. Now Vardy's probably not going to last the whole game, so we probably will see Graziano Pella involved at some point, because Vardy comes into this one a little bit fatigued. Arsenio's not going to get that, but we will keep the press on and force them long, which is fine by me. And then we can do our patient build-up approach that we always do, and has been getting us some results recently, which is good. We'll drop that one off to Pjanić and send Tarat on a bit of a run. We're lacking a few little options here. As Hack with the outside of his boot, which was incredibly unnecessary. Tarat in a little bit of space. Texeria can go up to Verde. Good little 1-2 there. Texeria's got in behind, dinks it across to Tarat. Will fall to Verde. Shot on his left foot. Good save from Wildsmith again. And it is all Wigan Athletic. We're creating the chances and sort of cutting through Cardiff here, but here they are on the counter-attack. Bertrand has got some pace and should get back at Glatzel. Forces him to shoot from range. And Nicholas in goal had that one covered. Not nothing. That's terrible English, Dave. Nothing to worry about there, and it is still 0-0. 20 minutes gone, and we've got to just patiently keep our probing up and go for an opening. But Mendes Lang has robbed Teixeira and looks to put him in again. Teixeira does get back at him and tackles very, very well and comes away with the ball. Now let's get some runners going forward. There's Verde up in front of him. The pass is overhit, but no one went to him. Verde still going. What a run from Origi. Origi's in bottom corner, but what a save from Wildsmith there to keep the scores level. You'd expect Origi to finish that. It was placed finish into the corner of the goal. So Wildsmith just made a good save, to be honest. There's not much we can say when the keeper pulls out a fantastic save like that, as Bakun is put under pressure. He was looking to go long, but played the more sensible pass and kept the ball round the back as walks into Pack for Cardiff, all the way back to Morrison. And we can just try and cut out the majority of the easy passes and force them to go a little bit longer with the ball like that, because players at this level don't have the best long passing stats. As talking about long passing stats, Pjanić couldn't pass that to 6 yards, as Arnau's now got to get back into his position, but Hack comes across and tackles the ball really well. And we have, I think you'd be struggled to argue to say, Pjanić, that we haven't been the better team in this. As Hoyler into Mendes Lang, but we know from Pro Evo history that being the better team doesn't always guarantee you the result. As here comes Teixeira. Tarat lays that back. I think Tarat may be a little bit fatigued because he ain't making the forward runs that he should be. Glatzel, that's a pretty... Is it a wayward pass or is it a really good pass? It was nearly a really good pass, to be honest. We'll get this moving straight away again. Arnaud into Tarat. Got a lot of space to run into here. Adel Tarat. Good little flip-flap. Try and create some space. Didn't really work as I wanted it to. But has created that space. I was trying to just ping that into Vardy's feet and get him on the turn. Didn't work though. And here is Jacob or Josh Murphy. I can never remember which one actually plays for Cardiff. Verde's there. Tries to pick Origi out with the first time pass into Vardy. Just that first touch let him down. He is a 16-year-old Vardy, so he's got a lot of growth to do in the game to make him the player that we know and love today. Because I think everyone likes James Vardy. It seems like a bit of a prick, but I think in football terms, I think you'll be hard pressed to find someone that doesn't like what he does. He just, and how his career has progressed from the lower leagues all the way to the Premier League is absolutely incredible. So it's very, very good. Volks then picks it up from Murphy. It goes into Hoylett, and Hoylett lays it back to Murphy. They have got a tall player in there in Glatzel, but they're not swinging the crosses in at the moment, and we need a bit of help here. Hoylett's got a bit of space, does put that one in. Bertrand lets it go over his head, and that goes out for a goal kick. And my new monitors, by the way, I know if you watch the Football Manager save, you'll know that I bought some new monitors in the Black Friday sale, and they make Pro Evo look absolutely brilliant on with my PC and my graphics. As Origi should pick this one up, and he's actually got time to turn. Vardy into Verdi. I think the defender blocked it because it was going to be an outside of the boot ball into Divock Origi's pass as Peltier goes back to Morrison. And they've worked that well, Cardiff. Credit where credit's due. They have worked that very well into Murphy. Hoylett then picks it up under pressure from Tarat. That's a bit of a wayward pass, which Vardy tries to get on the end of. But at half-time at the Millennium Stadium, it is 0-0. I'd say we've been the more dominant team quite easily, though. Let's have a quick check of fitness. Okay, Vardy's doing okay. Tarat, let's bring Tarat off for Rice in there. We are missing Palverza. We're still missing him. He was good running from midfield. Don't know if it's worth trying to maybe convert Vardy into something like a central midfielder. I don't even know if you can do that on PES. Can you convert positions in PES? I'm not too sure. Well, Origi's given us a good run down the line. Let's try and... too much. And Arsenio's not going to pick that up either. Morrison's there, he clears it. And Pjanić will keep it alive. Hack, that was a poor pass, but it's luckily felt to Origi. That goes in towards Vardy, and it's a great defensive header. Vardy would have scored that. You'd have put your house on him scoring that if he had got the chance. And Arnaud can let that one run out. And the possession comes back to Wigan yet again. It's such a one-sided game, this, and you just feel like it's going to have A Cardiff goal written all over it. Origi into Vardy. Vardy creates a bit of space, gets the shot off, but didn't really connect with it properly. And Wildsmith makes the save. Now Verde's got to get back into a bit of a defensive position here. And he has to stop Mendes-Lang actually progressing forward. Glatzel. Back to Volks, who goes wide into Murphy. And you would argue that Cardiff are playing a lot more sort of tiki-taka football than they've previously done under Neil Warnock. Bertrand should win that one and does. It's only cleared towards Volks though. And Pjanić puts in a really good tackle. Now can we launch a counter here? Origi tries to find Vardy and does. Holds it up well. Oh, I went for the fancy flick and I could have just done a simple pass. That'll learn me. That'll learn me. Bacuna out to Mendes-Lang. Oh, it's a lovely turn to completely take Texeira out of the game. He swings it in looking for Pack. There's a header, but it goes past the post. Lovely skill that from Mendes-Lang to just let it roll. Hopefully we'll see it on the replay. We will here. Look at it. Completely fooled me and Texeira. And he got away from us. Swung in an early cross. Pack was there, but his header was off target. And not really troubling Nicholas at all, who I think has made one save in this game. As Cardiff have left a lot of space here for Arsenio. We'll go back to Pjanić into Rice, the half-time sub, coming on for Tarat, who is just a tactical sub for fatigue, no injury or anything like that. Vardy spins that round the corner looking for a referee. Penalty, it's got to be. Ref, he did not get the ball. He did not get the ball. I'm still yet to win a penalty on Bravo 2020, which may not be a bad thing because I have had absolutely no practice of how to take them. So Walks is there as we get to the 60-minute mark. That's a good defensive header. Arsenio just gets a touch to that, and Origi's trying to make a bit of space. Oh, Vardy just couldn't get the pass off. And they were just lacking that final third. May go for a little change of formation in a minute, just to try and give us a few more options as Wildsmith goes long. Rice against Glatzel. Glatzel should win it, but Rice does very, very well. Not too sure if Rice actually won the ball or if he just put him off, but he did make it tough for the striker. Arsenio goes into Origi again. Lovely turn to just sort of nearly get away from him. As no, Arsenio does have an overlapping run here. Is Hack going to keep it in? He is. Plays the sensible ball back to Pjanić. Rice fancies his chances. Left-footed strike. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, Rice, what an effort that was. Pjanić tries to go in towards Jamie Vardy. Vardy, great challenge up towards Origi. You can't get there either. And this game in the last 7 or so minutes has just come alive. And we go into the last 20-minute mark, and fresh legs, I think, will decide which way is this game going to go. Are Cardiff going to hang on and maybe nick a goal, or are Wigan going to have enough about them to go and get the win? As Arnu goes up to Pjanić, who nearly had an assist there for Rice, up to Origi. Origi will go back to Arsenio. He's asking Origi to make that run again, and he does. And Morrison has put in a tough tackle there. Referee's been very lenient in this game. Goes up towards Hoylett. They go direct to Glatzel, trying to get their striker involved in the game a bit more. Murphy up against Hack. Looks to turn and twist, but he can only give that ball to Arnaud, who then feeds out to Arsenio. Invites Verde to go forward on a little run. We haven't seen too much of the left winger trying to foot it in behind for Origi, but Morrison covers it well. It's just not coming off for us today. It's not. Is it going to be another 0-0? We drew 0-0 with Leeds in the previous game, and it was a similar sort of game. We absolutely battered them down and kept going at the door, so to speak. They've put a good ball in there. Texeira's got to be good. Oh, and can you believe it? Hoylett has got the tightest of glances, and it's gone in. Oh man, that is unlucky there. As we're going to bring on Graziano Pella for his debut for Jamie Vardy. It's in here. They sort of jump together, and you'd expect Nicholas to save it. And Cardiff have got that goal that could give them an unwarranted victory, in my mind. As we have been all over in this game. With 10 minutes to go, we're going to have to just produce something a little bit special here. As Pella's first touch on the ball is to give the ball away. And that's not what you want from your first touch in a Wigan shirt. As Nelson plays it out to Morrison. Morrison goes out to Peltier, into Morrison again, and he goes down the middle to Hoylett, into Pack, and Cardiff happy now just to keep the ball. Bacuna up to Mendes-Lang, who's met by Texeira, and he's just crowded out of that by the amount of people around him. Goes back to Bacuna, all the way across to Morrison, and look at Cardiff now. Just it's It's a first-class lesson in how to keep the ball and make the opposition run this. They do eventually go long, though. And Hack should win the header. Does. Arsenio has the run of rice in front of him, not the rice of run. That's what I was about to say. Peltier wins it back, though. And Cardiff City are playing this game out absolutely superbly in the final 5 minutes. And there is nothing we can do about it to get this ball back as Kawaki comes forward. We're just going to try and shadow him down the wing so he forces a crossing because I'm confident we'll be able to deal with it. Arsenio doesn't even let him get that far. Oh, that's a really shit pass. I should be really using Graziano Pella's pace as Bertrand gets a touch on that, and I think we've given away a free kick. So we'll do Arsenio for Davies for a bit more pace for our third and final sub. And it's not been not the game I wanted to come back to, or not the result anyway I wanted to come back to in the Wigan Master League save, as Pack tries to just dink this one in towards Hoylett, and he does. It's a good touchdown actually. Kouachi turns, gets a shot off, and now can we counter? Davies looking for options in front of him, goes towards Pella. Pella looks to dink in Origi, but Nelson's easily got that one covered as it goes back to his goalkeeper, and Wildsmith goes long. Now Bertrand should win. Well, at least he put him off. As we tick towards injury time, Pjanić can't even find a simple pass towards Davies, and it goes up to Bogle. Davies is back there well to defend though. Oh, Pjanić, that's so weak, and we lose 1-0. Junior Hoylett with a headed goal. Not what you expect from the little guy. But with 2 shots on target, Cardiff get the win, and that is really disappointing. And I bet you West Brom have lost. As West Brom, no, they won 2-0. They beat Leeds 2-0. That's the difference. We drop down to 6th. We find ourselves 12 points behind Burnley, who are now top, and 7 points behind West Brom. Not the best, not the best. We'll stick with it because it is still transfer window, so we'll see what's going to happen. And I don't know if we've actually got any bids in. So we've got Ray from Notts County. No, he's got a nickname, El Boutri. I think it suits him. And newcomer. So Bartels has joined the club, and they New Rebels have made an offer for A as well. So let's see what we've got going on. Other teams. Bartels joins, a very highly rated, I think he's more experienced, 34 years old, but gives us a lot of versatility in the front line, which is good. And my team, so Ray, I'm going to... why are you bidding so low? I'm definitely going to end that negotiation there. And A, oh, 10 million. I mean, that could be... According to we've got Vardy, we've got Origi on loan, and we've got Graziano Pella. I think we'll try and get the old release fee. I think that could be a deal worth doing, to be honest. We'll see what they come back with, because, yeah, we've got striking options. A is good. He is good, don't get me wrong, but I just think we've got lots of different options. As Lansbury has joined Stoke City, which is a bit of a steal for them at 429,000. But yeah, because we've got, see, we've got Delahue as well. We've got Pella, Origi, Davies can play up there. We've got Bartels who's just joined as well. So really, I think we've got good options, to be honest. We're going to put Davies back at left wing. Graziano Pella is down, so Delahue can come onto the bench, and we're not going to start. We're going to start Radakovic. No, Nori doesn't need to come in. Texeria is okay. Rice is there. Pjanić with some shocking passing in the previous game. We could bring Ray back in. Lowers our chemistry, but he is a much better goalkeeper than Nicholas. And I think that's how we're going to go into the game against it. Let's make it a double game episode. Why not? Let's make it a double game episode. It's been a while since we've had a Provo game, so let's go into it, and we'll play Stoke City as well, which will be very, very good for you guys if you're enjoying the save. That is, obviously, if you're enjoying the save. If you are, why not leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, keep commenting on the series. It's really good. I think we are playing much better football. I just need to very quickly just log in to my laptop here, because I've got some other things going on here as well. I just need to check to see how this is doing. Yeah, everything's good. And here come the teams then. We're going to be playing Stoke City for this one. And it's a big game. We lost 1-0 to Cardiff. We need to go and get revenge. We are at home, so I'm hoping that we can make a difference. As Hack immediately looks up towards Origi. He flicks it onto Arsenio, and we are making one hell of a good start here. In towards Vardy, and straight away we're setting out our intentions and getting forward. And it was a good little play here. Hack into Origi. Origi with a lovely left-footed cushion pass out towards Arsenio. He put in a first-time cross, and Vardy just heads over the bar. And Shawcross in the air as well. Not something you would really expect to see from the likes of Vardy. Shawcross will be pissed off about that, but the speed of that attack really set us off well, as Pau is robbed very well by Hack, who's settling in well on loan from bought from New York City FC. Sorry, not on loan. We are trying to slowly cut down the dependencies on loan. As you can tell, when we had Perversa and Orsini, they made a big difference for us. But we need to get that sort of difference happening from full-time employees, so to speak, of Wigan Athletic, as Bowden and Dye finds a Tabo. So Cardiff and Stoke have both been the sort of bogey teams for us ever since this save started. I think our first ever game may have been against Stoke, and we got not a very good positive result, as Trapp flicks that onto Pjanić, who then finds Arsenio in loads of space. You can see Stoke, look how deep they're dropping and giving Arsenio absolutely acres of time to run forward and get a shot off. But it was well blocked by Shawcross in the end. Joe Allen's pass is blocked by Tarat. It goes to Smith, back to Bruno Martins Indy, all the way across to Carter Vickers, who plays a very obscure 1-2 with Martins Indy, but it's worked out well for them. I'm quite happy for them to just keep that ball at the back and just let it mess around with it, as Origi picks up the pass here, looks to try and spin away, but instead just spin into Ndai. And Pjanić, that's a better challenge from what I think is German. I'm going to assume he's German. It may just be how I'm pronouncing his name, but central midfielder. He goes long up to Vokes. That's a good header, but it's not that good because Origi picks it up, tries to flick through Vardy, and Davies brings it down well with a good first touch. Pjanić can spot Hack in a lot of space. Now we are very much in control of this game. Arsenio creates a bit of space for himself. Ball in. It's headed away. Davies will knock this one back. Tarat has the overlapping run of Tech's area. It's a good little run in. Tries to get it across towards Vardy again. Hack can't bring that down. It's just about cleared as Pjanić goes out into Hack again. He puts a cross in looking for Origi underneath it. And we just can't get there. Tarat out to Hack. Back to Pjanić. Just trying to keep the ball, shift Stoke around a little bit. As there are runners here, Arsenio, good run from Pjanić down the line. Have we got a corner? We have. Just out of that. And we're going to try and fire this one in with pace. Arsenio looks towards the back post of Davies, but he can't win the header. Yeah, we need to work on set pieces. I need to figure out a good set piece in Pro Evo. I had a couple before Data Pack 3, but obviously they make these little tweaks and it does change how you play the game. So as they go up towards Vokes, Arnau's not going to win that. He is the shorter of the two challenges. But Vokes has gone down, pleading for a free kick. He's back up now and on the ball, but Arnaud makes a good tackle. No, he doesn't. He gives away a free kick, and Vokes, he just got his body in the way, but it looked like Arnaud got the ball. I think he's hard done by. But it is a free kick that the Welsh Xavi will take, once labelled by Brendan Rodgers. Joe Allen, that is, as Atebo's put under pressure from Tarat. He just about got that ball off before I could nick it. And Pjanić has done very well there. Lays that one into Vardy. And Vardy, that's where, because he's 16, doesn't have the strength and the all-out acceleration and pace that the real-life Jamie Vardy has, as McQueen goes into Ndai. Back to Carter Vickers. And, Davies has got there, and he's had a cheeky shot as he pounced on that ball. Obviously, it was a mistake on my part, but not a bad effort, to be honest. And he's keeping Jack Butland on his toes. Jack Butland, who we signed in the Norwich save on Football Manager as well, and doing very well, which I still might bring back to the channel, because it was a very good save, and there's been some developments in it as well as I've played it offline. But Hack comes forward, asking Arsenio to run on into Origi, back to Arsenio. We're really trying to pick out that Arsenio cross into Vardy. As it goes to Pjanić, sets up Tarat, has a shot from range. Butland easily gets his body behind it though, and it's a decent save. Decent save from Jack Butland. That held on to it pretty well. As Ndai flicks that one back, and Atebo just holds on to the ball. And Stoke again keeping the possession, not wanting to rush it too much. As Atebo goes long towards Arnaud, who can let that bounce, take the touch back to Ray, and Wigan can recycle the possession. As Hack now runs forward, he's got a lot of space. I mean, look at this. Stoke are not pressuring at all. Goes in towards Origi, who fools Carter Vickers, but then just passes it straight to Vokes. I'm trying to go back to Arnaud for some reason. and die. We're not really... We started so fast in this game. I thought it was going to be, well, similar to Cardiff and be very one-sided, but it hasn't. Stoke have actually come back into it quite well. Tarat holds off Vokes into Davies, just trying to trick his way round. On loan from Bayern Munich, of all clubs. It's not a well-trodden path going from Bayern Munich to Wigan. And has Jamie Vardy won a free kick, or has Origi won a free kick? Now, something has happened here. Vardy held the ball up well. Origi's asking for a card for Carter Vickers. And we'll have to see what the referee is going to give here. I think he may have just given it... Yeah, it's the late one on Origi. Just blocking his run. It's a good decision. It's obstruction. It's a good decision. And we do have Tarat on the ball. It's a little bit close. Can he get it up and down over the wall? He can! Oh, he's actually got it through the little gap in the wall. Adel Tarat with a wonderful little free kick. I don't know who it was that didn't jump. Carlos applauds. He scored some free kicks in his day. But if you just see it, someone came to pressure the ball. And Tarat sort of read it. And Butland had no chance when it's hit at that sort of pace and that low velocity, that low trajectory. And it goes in as Vokes then wins the header, looking for Nick Powell. No, goalkeeper, you get back on your line. As that makes it a little bit more comfortable for Wigan, as now Stoke are going to have to come out of this low block that they've got. And Texeria's got a lot of space coming forward as he just takes a touch too heavy. And it falls to Ndai, who looks over the top towards Vokes, who had completely got that jump all wrong. Arsenio goes into Origi, who won the free kick off Carter Vickers, and that's a slide tackle and well judged by Atebo. Into Ndai. Ndai goes long. Vokes wins the header, knocks it down well, and exchanges passes with Atebo. Powell comes forward with it, sort of squeezed out of the ball there, and Texeria has plenty of time in towards Davies. They can just keep the ball now, Wigan, until half time. They don't really need to go and press high to go and get this second goal. If Joe Allen aren't going to, if Stoke and Joe Allen, it might be him in particular, don't want to come and press us, we'll just come up the pitch very, very slowly in our own sort of time. As we go to Pjanić, he can invite Hack forward as well. Hack into Pjanić again. Pjanić lays that one off. Tarat fancies a go from range. Oh, not far off. And it takes us into half-time. 1-0. That Adel Tarat free kick making the difference at the moment. And it's all Wigan. 0 opportunities for Stoke. Not even a shot on target. We are really managing them out of this game. As I just logged back into my laptop. Sorry about that. Tarat is there into Origi. Now Jamie Vardy could look to accelerate away. He actually plays it sensible. Davies looks to dink that over. And Vardy couldn't get there. Vokes looks to turn away from Radakovic, and Tarat nearly made that interception from Nick Powell's pass as they go long, but it's read very well into Arsenio. Tarat invites Texeria forward. First time pass up to Davies. Just jinks away from Smith, and he knows he's got the pace. So that's a great challenge from Smith to make the recovery. Radakovic gets in there as well. And again, Stoke go backwards. They had men flooding forward then, and they just didn't want to use them. And then they end up doing a bit of a long ball, which is poor. Davies holds the ball up well into Pjanić. Back to Tarat. Tarat to Davies. Just waiting for that run. And he's delayed that pass really well. Texeria, ball in. Looking for Vardy with the header, and it's in the top corner. And Jamie Vardy gets knocked to the ground, but does make the goal, and that is what you want from your striker. 19 or 16 years old, and he puts it in the back of the net. Lovely, lovely header finish. And Davies did really well to hold this up, just delayed the pass perfectly. Texeria dinks a ball in towards the near post. Vardy's there, header into the top corner, and it's 2-0 Wigan, and this is more like the performance that you'd be expecting from this Wigan team, who are up at the top of the table. And Atebo gets the game back underway, laying back, and again they just go long, and Arnu will deal with them most of the day. If you ask me, I'd say Arnu and Radakovic doing well. Edu Jokena out for a little bit of time with an injury, and that's a very good interception there. And he's going to launch Origi forward again, and he's going to surely have the pace to get away from Joe Allen, and does. And no one's coming to pressure him just yet. looks to step away, but Joe Allen tracked him all the way and got that final little challenge in. But at the hour mark, 2-0 Wigan, which is delightful stuff. Pjanić can fire a ball, fizz a ball out to Teixeira. Davies into Vardy. Vardy goes back to Teixeira. Sees the runner, Tarat. Tarat tries to get in there. The keeper comes out. And the referee didn't give any foul either way. I think he could have been in a shout for a foul on the goalkeeper or a penalty. But the referee just sort of said, play on. Don't worry about that. That's all part and parcel of the game as Teixeira goes up to challenge with Hogan and gets there first to the knockdown. Davies into Pjanić. Tried to go first time up towards Origi, but it is intercepted. And that's a terrible pass from McQueen. It's gone into Jamie Vardy. Davies tried to knock that into Tarat's path, but Wigan keep the ball. Arsenio finds himself in a lot of space on the right hand side. And he just delayed it, trying to beat McQueen, who stood up, didn't dive into the tackle, and actually did really well. And here is Scott Hogan, the sub, again crowded out of it, and he's just not getting anywhere, although he's got back well there. Tarat finds Arsenio, up it goes towards Origi. Origi surely fouled, referee, just pushed off the ball, but again the ref lets it go, letting some contact fly in this game, as Arnaud is beaten for the first time in the air by Hogan, or by one of the Stoke strikers, but there was no one running on after it for Stoke City. Davies flicks it round the corner for Tarat, and he's accelerated away from Pau. Tarat will have a shot, didn't connect properly and didn't get it off, as Vardy will be replaced by Delcure up front. He got a good goal, a good headed finish, but he's looking a little bit tired, so Delcure will come on for some fresh legs up front, as Radakovic easily wins that header there, and Delcure straight into the game will look to accelerate towards Martins Indy. Gets it back from Origi. Got a first time shot off, but Martins Indy did put a good block in. And Teixeira with a bit of a loose touch, and Hogan's pounced into Woods. Woods to Ndai. And that's a really good header. Again, Radakovic winning absolutely everything in the air. And it nullifies Stoke's game when they can't play those long balls. Teixeira into Davies, up to Delcure, lays it back to Davies. Teixeira goes again. He's got Delcure running in front of him, but it's good defending that time. Tarat will keep it alive. Teixeira into Davies. Sees Origi at the back post, tries to dink it in towards him, but he's offside. And not too much to do. Yeah, it was very clearly offside, to be honest, and it was a good defensive header away, in all honesty. So 2-0 up, 15 minutes to go. This is more of the performance and the result that we were looking for in this episode. There's a bit of confusion there, which allowed Scott Hogan to win the header, as Arsenio back heels it to Hack, and we keep the ball. Arnaud out to Radakovic. Up it goes to Teixeira. And I'd say we haven't really got into like top gear yet. We've been playing well, as Delcure didn't read that. It was a late challenge on Pjanić there, but again the referee not fussed and not phased and just lets it go, as Hack will look to just spread the pay into Radakovic. Teixeira gets it out of his feet. Origi, a little back heel, tried to get it into Delcure, but he just didn't get it. Didn't just get it right. It was a good defender, a good bit of defending from the fullback to intercept it. 10 minutes to go, and the atmosphere's gone very flat at the stadium. According that we're 2-0 up, I think the punters know what's done here, that the game is over, as Davies goes forward to Delcure, but it's intercepted. Radakovic will read that one again. Goes in towards Tarat, back to Radakovic, up to Pjanić, who's had a much better game than last week against Cardiff, as Hack spreads it. Well, it's a bit of a dangerous pass, but he made it count. Davies into Delcure. He's been given space, and his through ball to Origi was a little bit wasteful. Was never really going to come off. It was too tight an area, as Teixeira will win that header. It's a great header to find Delcure. Delcure now looks for Origi, but the defender just got back. Tarat is beaten. Well, he won the ball, but Martins Indy was there, and that's a foul given away. Arsenio's tired, so Verdi can come on for him for the last couple of minutes of the game, as Martins Indy did really well to put his body in the way. As you can see, just touched his foot. And we've got new boots as well from Data Pack 3 and a boot pack that I've installed. I forgot to say that, so you'll see a few more Nike and Adidas boots knocking around in this, as Sorensen just lets that ball go over his head, and Origi's pass wasn't very good. Arnaud should win that, and does. Knocks it down to Pjanić really well. The back two have been absolutely superb today. Delcure into Origi. Just holds it up well and tries to get Verde in with his fresh legs. He's actually got round his man. Didn't have enough space to get the cross in. He has created some space now though. Sticks that in towards Origi at the near post, but Butland comes and claims as we tick down towards injury time. 2 minutes of that injury time to go as Butland goes long, and that will pass absolutely everybody, and Arnu can flick that back and we can take our time as Ray pounces on the ball, wastes a bit more time, and that should be the game. And there we go, a 2-0 win. Goals for Tarat and Jamie Vardy give us the victory, and that is much, much better for what we want to achieve this season. Now let's go and see how that goes. That defensive display is incredible. Not even a shot given against us as Cardiff get a 4-2 win, and West Brom drew 0-0. Burnley get a win to keep them at the top, but we close the gap to 5 points to West Brom in second position. So we are getting there. And we're going to be back for the next episode to go through deadline day. And then we'll probably do the next game as well, because they follow one after another. So we've done monthly report. A has responded with a counter offer. And Drakena is back to fitness. So if we go into our negotiations, let's go and see what they've offered. For A, 11 million. I think I'm going to accept it. I can't even remember how much we bought him for, but it will not be that much money. I'm going to accept that. You can off you go. And we've got deadline day to spend, and it gives us 5,700 on our salary budget as well. So we will go through onto deadline day in the next episode and try and spend some of that cashish. But thank you so much for watching, guys. It was a cheeky little double game for you there. But for now, I'm out. Thanks. Cheers is what I normally say. Sorry, thank you.